What train
Yeah,
is
you
it?
can take the L.
I'm not. I'm going to take the train uptown here, and then I'm going to get a car.
Okay.
I'm not fucking around.
Well, you can go
What
to
time
like
is the show
Brooklyn
at?
Bridge and then.
9.
Huh?
9.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, do mic check. So say your color 4, just say mic check or something. Syllables, red,
Mic check.
orange,
Mic check.
yellow.
Mic check.
Nice. All right, you rock it. You might want to tilt it up, the yellow one a little bit.
Do you like how I handle my mic?
You're good
I'm
at
very gentle. I'm not like fucking Rodney. Just tearing skin off.
Ooh. They enjoyed afterwards, though. Oh, shit. This motherfucker took my skin
You're like,
off.
I want to be
He
memorable.
kisses it and makes it better.
Right?
it. All right, 3.
Yeah, big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Big Talking Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. I've got Rodney Daniels with me,
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
and I've got Mo Vito with me.
Hola.
Hola, senorita. So now, Mo, like you've been out in Colorado for a while.
2 years.
2 years. It
I
doesn't,
can't believe that
it
it's been that
doesn't
long.
feel like it's been that
What?
long.
I remember you told me you were moving. It was like, oh no, you're leaving. Why?
And then you're like, this bitch is back all the time.
which I love
I have to
it.
come back. I have to get my New York fix.
Yes.
Yeah. But like, what's like the biggest differences you find between like New York and Colorado?
Oh, good Lord. Well, here's a difference that I feel like my New York friends don't understand because everybody's like, oh, weed is legal out there. And I'm like, yeah. There's a total stoner culture and a culture around weed. And people don't get it, you know? And I'm actually, I don't like it. I don't like to smoke. I can't fuck with edibles. But, yeah, like everybody here is like, everybody smokes up. I'm like, yo, it's not about people smoking up. I mean, it's a whole fucking culture. And then when you go into a dispensary, you know, it's like you're going to talk to a sommelier about, you know, what kind of weed you want and stuff. So, and I'm very type A now. Just, I love the neuroses of New York City. You know, and I feel like most people here do actually just smoke just to kind of bring yourself back down. So, like, you know, you can sleep.
I couldn't agree with that. I lived in LA for 8 years before I moved here, and it's definitely a whole nother.
It's a culture.
It's a culture. Like there's the stores and dispensaries, and like you gotta know when the happy hour is, and they ask you questions, and you gotta
And they
know
have
if you like indicas or
everything.
sativas
Yeah.
and hybrids, and
Yeah, and they've got like food stuffs and
yeah,
It's
and
all
and
sorts of-
yeah, and it's a thing, and you know the smokers because like they're all
It's a thing.
smoking.
Yeah, it's a thing. And that's the other thing, by the way, is like every comic there basically, not, I don't want to say every comic, that's not fair, but it's a thing to like go out in front of the place you're at for a mic or a show and smoke up. And I don't do that. And
Right.
so I'm just like, you know, I feel like the narc mommy half the time. And I'm like, I just don't like that smoke. I'm a
Oh.
drunk.
So then, how is the comedy there? Because I know personally, I like to have like maybe 1 or 2 drinks before I get up and do my set, and I really don't like to smoke at all.
Yeah.
Before I do
It's
my
a
set.
different energy. So I kind of split the comedy in Denver into 2. So you have kind of the audience, the willingness of venues, be it a club or a lot of shows happen in breweries there. you know, and I think that's fantastic. Like the audiences are great. They come, they pay. Comics get paid for spots. So in that sense,
It's
it's
a regular
great.
spot at a brewery. They get
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
you're
Nice.
not making a shit ton of money,
But
but
it's
Shit,
money,
it's a
yeah.
little
Yeah.
something.
you know,
Yeah.
it's a paid spot. And so that is really wonderful. And I think the city itself is really supportive of comedy. They have like super fans, which was a little weird to me at first. I was like,
What do you mean by
"Really?"
a super
We're a
fan?
super fan.
Like these people who just go to every show and love the comics and, you know, and it's great. But I think, you know, let's face it, here, everybody's jaded. They don't have time,
Right. And there's millions of
cetera.
people here.
Yeah. But I think, you know, the issue for Denver, as in any city that's that size, is it's just big enough to have stuff going on, but you have to leave Denver if you actually want to be near industry, if you actually want to really get stronger as a comic. Because the flip side of having really willing and great audiences, I don't think you evolve the same way because you don't have that hustle. You didn't have to grind it out.
Right.
You don't know what it's like to do a show for 5 people who tell you fucking suck.
Right.
You know, and I'm very thankful I started here. I'm thankful I'm a New York comic
Right.
in that sense because now I'm like, oh, I can actually enjoy this and embrace it. But I still do
You have
come
the
back.
calluses and like
Right.
you know, you
But
built
I
this-
come back
yeah.
here in part for that because I'm like, no, I want to be in front of, you know, audiences who, you know, aren't just going to give me big laughs. And also, I think the audiences here are okay with like darker comedy. I'm going to call it intellectual comedy, but that's not a negative on Denver. I'm not saying like people are dumb there. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying
Well,
like
they're high as fuck. Like you
Yeah.
gotta
Right,
keep
you
it.
just
well,
said
when I
they're
first
all,
moved
like-
there, I got asked to host a show at a dab lounge, and I didn't even know what the fuck that was.
At a dab lounge?
And I was just like,
what?
I called my friend who's like huge into weed, and I'm like, explain.
Oh,
And he's like, so dabs are basically like the crack form of,
yeah, it's a
weed.
wax form of weed that
but
like is
gets you
super
super high.
yeah, it gets you super high. You have to like super like.
Yeah,
heat
I've
it
been
up.
heckled by like a
It's-
butane lighter.
It's crazy,
but
like
it's cool. They were so nice though.
Just
So
to like put
nice.
it in perspective, I've been smoking weed since I was like 15. Dabs make me fucking paranoid to the point like I can't
Yeah.
function.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I take
pretty,
a dab and I'm like I cough my lungs up and
Yep.
I'm just like
Yeah.
that type of high.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't know personally, but yeah, yeah.
so I can't even imagine a dab lounge. Like that wasn't even like a thing. in
It's a
California.
thing now.
It's a thing now.
It's a thing now. But you know,
Like,
my friend
that's-
told me
that's kind of
like,
crazy. And then
just
you
know
had
they're
to,
not gonna
and then
laugh
you had to
loud.
go perform comedy in front of people.
They
that
were
just,
so nice, guys. They were so nice.
course,
they
'cause
were
they
like,
just
"We
did
love you.
dabs.
Come back." But you know, it's not
we
like that
love
boisterous
ya.
laughter.
Yeah, it was like, oh my god, we love you.
My friend gave
They're
me good
laughing
advice.
at shit 10 minutes later.
Sometimes I'll take it. You know how we are. So yeah, so it's got a great comedy scene. It really does. But you know, it's just it's one of those places size wise that it's very cliquey and you know there's a lot of hate for one another and a lot of love, but you got to be on the right side of the clique
Yeah.
thing and you know for me it's kind of funny because I'm like, but you know this doesn't matter, right? like you're not
You guys are
making
all
it in
cliquey.
Denver. You know what I
Like
mean?
you're not getting a Comedy Central special here. Like
not if no.
Damn.
But they're good.
Sure,
I
I
mean,
mean,
the
right.
I have to say the comics are good. You know, they're not hacky. But the other thing that I've noticed is, you know, New York City in and of itself gives you so much material.
right.
You know, and you just live a life that is, you know,
Full of
multi-layered typically.
Yeah.
And that's not the case for a lot of people in Denver, and they're young and they start there, and you know, so their jokes reflect the life that they're living, which is fine. But
Their
I've
mom
seen them.
and smoking weed.
Well, I've seen them get in front of, you know, audiences that aren't 25 and struggle because it doesn't resonate because it's obviously we all live different lives when we were 25, right?
Right.
So it's, you know, it's been great. It really has. It's allowed me to like work out, feature sets and get more time, get paid. And the scene is amazing. It really is amazing. I'm just going in as a jaded New Yorker.
Right.
So, of course, I'm just like, yeah, but you haven't had an audience member puke on you. You come talk to me when that happens, and then,
You ever have a water
stripe.
bug drop from the ceiling right on top of your
Yo.
head in the middle of a
You're
set?
talking-
You're not living.
You're talking about the old New York Comedy Club. I remember
You
that.
ever
I
go to
remember
the
going to
bathroom
Mike's there.
and you try to flush the toilet and a rat's coming up? That
Oh,
is
shit.
comedy.
That's real comedy.
Or you have a homeless person come in and sign up for your mic, and you don't know that they're a little cray-cray. Yeah.
And then they whip their dick out in the middle of a punchline. Now
like,
that is comedy.
You're going to be able to go up at the cellar someday, sir. Oh, are there bridges I'm burning? Up in flames.
Well, he lost $35 million. Well, I'm crying for him right now.
He got that weepy dick.
Ooh.
Allegedly.
Sagging on cat.
We're the worst as comics.
Oh,
love it.
that's fine. Like, we're supposed to be punching up. That's what we're doing.
It's so funny. So he's been back, right? By the
Guess
way, we're
who's
talking
back?
about Louis
Yeah.
C.K.,
Yeah,
right?
Louis
Back
C.K., Louis
again.
C.K.
Yes.
And it's really funny to see the various reactions on Facebook from fellow comics, because some of them are just like, he's back. Some of them get to, bring him up on the show or whatever, and that's like a very amazing thing in a career.
Right.
And then there are just people who are like, he's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
I just feel like he should have took more time. Like he wasn't even.
He just
Gone
did it all
that
wrong. It's like
long.
you got enough money to fucking get some crisis manager and PR manager to
Right.
help you with your
To
shit. you
really
stupid
get it all
ass.
together and then like
See, this is the
come
thing.
back with like an HBO special or something. Not like I'm gonna just like do these clubs in New York real
Well,
quick.
but you
and-
got to work it out, though. But
But-
this is what you either love or hate about me, in my opinion. I like always take it that much further, because even like the Kavanaugh thing, for example, I was like, whatever about Dr. Ford. If I had that motherfucker sitting across from me and I was interviewing him for a job, and that's how he behaved and that's how he talked to me, and he interrupted me and he came back and was like, well, have you? I would never hire that motherfucker. Like, forget about, what he might
Right.
have done or not done. Just that performance was bullshit. And I feel kind of the same with like Louis C.K. I'm like, what do you do? Like, there are people who manage this stuff. You like mismanaged how you dealt with it, how you're coming back, and
Well, he mismanaged the whole thing to begin with. First of all,
Oh.
there are people that you can pay that will be completely fine with you whipping your dick out and jerking off in front of them, and they're not going to say anything because they know they've been paid for that specific function. Like,
that's
if
not fun though.
like if he wanted to do that or whatever,
No, but it's a woman hate thing. I read about this. No, I did. I read about what compels men to masturbate in front of unwilling participants. And it's a deep-seated hatred of women. I don't know if that's him, but also there's another point. How do you not have a fucking psychiatrist in this city, you dumb idiot? Like, you get a Metro card and a fucking therapist when you move to New York City. What's the problem?
well, especially since if he lost $35 million, he could have at least spent a couple of grand a year on a shrink. But I'm just saying.
That's what I think,
I'm not
too.
making anywhere near as much money as that in my lifetime. But I still have my therapist. But I just don't understand it. Like, he could have even like hired them to do like a whole girlfriend experience thing that they
That's
seemed
not
unwilling.
fun. But that's like saying, oh, Bill Cosby could have hired whores. Yeah, but then you're not raping. You're taking the fun out of it, Marissa.
You could have hired and they don't like to be
so
called
true.
whores. We're going to call them sex workers. But you could hire a sex worker and just be like, hey, drink this drink. And then
But
still
then
run
I-
the business.
I was
But then
going with a
deep
little
down
bit of
inside,
alliteration
I
with
know
that.
it's a sex worker.
You're a whore.
Right, he knows it's a sex worker. He knows it's a horror deep down inside. It's like, no, it's not the real thing. It's like when you go like fake hunting or something. Like not like a real. That's what it is.
Oh my God. Do people tweet at you for this stuff? I'm so getting tweeted at.
It's
I hope
fine.
people understand tongue-in-cheek sarcasm.
Yeah, I
and,
mean,
like,
you know, we're
no,
trying
they
to,
don't.
We're
Let's
trying to
be
look at it
honest,
from
they
Bill
don't.
Cosby's perspective.
Well, it puts the popsicle in the pussy.
Oh God, he's popping popsicles and pussies. Damn.
But you know what I think about with Louis C.K.? This is like if I could sit down and ask him anything, I honestly would be like, how do you feel about your daughters? That has got to be one of the most horrific things as a parent, as a male parent, to be like, because his daughters are old enough, you know.
To
it's-
know everything
Well,
that's
to
going
know
on.
and to kind of understand, and you know, they're not
If
little
he gave
anymore.
a shit about his daughters, he wouldn't have been doing it in the
That's
first
not
place.
true. That's not true.
Just saying.
No,
I'm
that's not
just
true.
saying.
No, I mean, I think he's a sick
Duh.
man. No, I think he very much cares about his
And
daughters.
this is white feminism. Go on.
No, I do. I do think he cares. Well, it's complex because I do think he cares about his daughters. But then this gets back to the point of misogyny. And I think you were saying this, where the misogyny is so great and so instilled that you can tell yourself and actually believe that you care about your children and yet do something like that, not really thinking further to what consequences you may bring about, right?
Right.
Because you're not even
But
thinking
to
about
say,
like.
I just don't think it's fair to say he doesn't care. I think he does care, but I also think
I'm not
ultimately
saying
he
he
cares
doesn't.
about himself the most.
Like, I'm not saying he doesn't love his daughters, but I also don't think that he cares about them enough to
Fair.
curtail
Fair.
his
Yeah.
own behavior.
Fair.
Right.
Like, I remember being a kid and like if my friends were like, whoa, we're going to go to this party, and I'd go to the party and like they might be getting drunk or they might be doing drugs or whatever, and like me thinking if my mom found me, like she's going to be so mad at me that like I wouldn't do it. Like, you know, like I've never done coke to this day. Like I've never tried coke. And in the back of my head, I always think that, like, I'm going to be the person that does it the first time, and I'm going to OD or I'm going to have a heart attack, and then I'm going to have to explain to my mother that I OD'd on coke, and I don't want to have that conversation. Literally I've never tried it just because I can't.
But do,
Have
is
that
it because
conversation.
you? Well, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Is it because you care about your mother, or is it because you don't want to have the conversation and you don't want to deal with it? Just being honest. Which is both,
It's the
but
same.
which is more?
It's the same thing.
Yeah?
Because if I didn't
Okay.
care about my mother, I wouldn't care about having the conversation. You know what I mean?
Well, so for me, I do care about my mother, but a lot of times it's not that I care about my mother. It's just like I don't want to deal with it. But here's the thing, you know, but like I just like, how do you fucking talk to your daughters about doing, you know, like to me that is the most fascinating aspect of this, is just like, how do you even, like, what do you say, what do you do, like, do they fucking hate him now? Are they like this man that we, you know,
I don't know how old they are.
I don't know either, but I think they're like
Are they in their teens?
probably not yet. There might be tweens.
Okay,
or
tweens. Okay.
Yeah.
So like
They're old enough
enough
to
that
get
they
this.
can understand it, because like the only thing that I have as a point of reference is that when I was a kid, Pee Wee Herman got arrested for jerking off in a theater.
Oh, that fucked me up.
So
I was a huge Pee Wee Herman fan.
If that
Like,
chair,
I
I was
had
gonna
the-
say if Cherry could talk, but Cherry could talk.
I had the whole that whole set. Like, I had the whole a little Pee Wee Herman doll, the whole house,
But I
everything.
think that's what's hard right now is we do have these
But like
heroes.
that's the thing that was like when that happened, I was a little kid, and I remember like everybody in school talking about how like Pee Wee Herman went to jail, and we didn't understand like why.
Yeah.
And so like
Did you understand masturbation?
no.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was too young for that.
Okay.
And so like basically we were getting
understand why.
it's like we basically were getting information from like our classmates' older siblings.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like it was just like, well, Tommy's brother said that he was choking his chicken, but who brings a chicken to a movie theater? And like, Katie's sister said he was flogging a dolphin, but what's flogging? Like, you know what I mean?
like dolphins. Why are you hurting the dolphins?
It's like,
But in hindsight, though, he was just jerking off in an adult movie theater and got arrested for that.
yeah,
That
That's
seems
kind
like
of
bullshit.
crazy. Like,
it's just like
what the fuck else would you go to an adult movie theater for?
And was he really the only one? Come on.
Come on, right?
Come on.
Exactly. So
Come on.
well, he's
Come on.
probably blowing somebody, and they just
No-
want to
no
say all
pun
that.
intended, but
Right?
come
just-
But like, and I remember
'Cause-
going to my parents, and I like went to my mom first, and my mom was just like, he was touching himself, and then that blew my mind, and I'm like, wait, you can't touch yourself in a movie theater? And then she's just looking at me, and I'm like that's illegal? Like, what if I
Oh.
have an itch? Like, you know, like, because I was a kid.
I didn't scratch my itch for a year.
Like, you know what I mean? But I was a kid, so I'm like,
Did
but
he
what
get
if my head
time?
itches? Like, I don't remember if he did like time, but like, I was freaked out about it.
It was just like, I mean, in hindsight, though, that's ridiculous. Because what else are you going to an adult movie theater for? You're watching porn on a big screen.
But like, you're still not supposed to be.
You're not
like,
supposed to jerk off.
You're not supposed to be.
When have I ever watched porn and not jerked off?
You can't wax your surfboard in a movie theater.
It's
It's
still
an
public
adult
indecency.
movie theater.
But
That's
that
how-
doesn't
that's how they
change
get
the
you.
law, though.
Well, can I?
This is
Go to
ridiculous.
the
I
bathroom
don't
like
want
a
to.
human
I don't
being.
want to change topics, but
think
just a
that-
very quick tangent. So I just watched a documentary on Deep Throat. Do you guys know about this porn?
No.
All right.
They talk about it in the Museum of Sex a little.
Please watch the documentary on Netflix about Deep Throat. So Deep Throat was, and I had heard, it was kind of this like thing I've always heard about, but I don't, I didn't fully understand it. I knew it was a porno. I knew like Linda Lovelace's name, and I knew it caused a lot of frenzy culturally and society-wise in America. But watch the documentary because it really is fascinating. Because some of the stuff that you're talking about, so that's the thing, like, so first of all, it was probably one of the first, like, literally big films on the big screen that was a full-on porno. And what's hilarious, which I didn't know, because if you watch porn today, it was the first time that a female, one, went completely down on a dick, two, was portrayed as getting and deriving sexual pleasure from oral and sex in general. But then later
Oh.
on, the actors, it's interesting because I want to say it was during the Nixon era, they started to have legal things thrown at them. And the porn actor is the one who actually took the fall and went to jail for it.
He went to jail for getting deep throated?
Yes. So I can't, I'm sorry for bringing it up because it's so like multi-layered, but I would really love for you guys to watch it. It's a very interesting documentary, and it's not just purely about like, hey, here's a porno and she deep throats a dick. It's like about the whole
Social,
society,
yeah.
social, and also the
Right.
legal aspects and how this shit works, because right now, like some of the stuff that's going on, people are in kind of disbelief and they're like, oh, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. I'm like, this guy just fucking went to prison and like, was on national TV and stuff for being in a porno.
I was gonna say I've definitely been like a porn theater in fucking Queens and got my dick sucked like right there in the theater. That's crazy. That like
I'm
That's a thing.
wondering if somebody like recognized him and was like, "That's Pee Wee Herman," and this is gonna be sensationalized.
The word of
The-
the,
the
day
guy
is
sucking his
indictment.
dick. He was like,
Ah.
oh. He looked up. He was like, oh shit, that's Pee Wee Herman sucking his dick. Cause
I don't know.
let me tell you something. You don't go to just those theaters and just jerk off.
For as much as we would like to think this is a fair society, isn't anything but.
That's just
But like,
crazy.
so when
In
you
hindsight,
go,
it's just crazy.
just out of
Oh,
curiosity,
here we go.
because I had. Oh, here we go.
learn things.
I know.
Uh-huh.
So now
I hear something here for
you're-
educational.
you're in the porn theater.
Yes.
You're
Are you
eating
watching-
popcorn.
Gay porn?
It depends on what room you're in.
Oh,
'Cause
there's
there's
Do they
different.
still
different
have
cinemas.
theaters? I thought Giuliani got rid of them all.
I
He's like, I want them all in my house.
there is definitely one in Queens. And
Still?
Yeah, still.
Like a big screen and everything.
Like it's literally like it used to be a theater, and it's
And you
is-
hear like the film rolling.
see
Does
the
it sometimes
use
break?
There's like different.
I was just about to come.
There's just like a regular theaters, different like little cinemas you can walk into, and they're all playing different porns, and yeah,
Okay.
some
And
of them are
so,
straight,
like-
some of them are gay, some of them are transsexual. It's
So like now you were in the gay porn theater.
I mean, well, it's the whole theater just in general. It's like there's nothing but guys in there, so it's kind of gay just in general.
Oh, you
but,
mean
like,
it's not like there's some cool girls like the ones that go to strip clubs with their boyfriends?
yeah, nah.
It's all just guys.
It literally is all just guys.
So like you can go
Because
to
would
like
you walk into a theater that just was playing porn that you could just go to, like,
Hey, Marissa, field trip.
right, right.
let's do this with our mace.
I'm wearing stilettos that I can take off and
no,
use
it's
as a
strictly
weapon.
all guys. It's strict. It's
I wouldn't trust that popcorn
wanna
butter
go.
at
It's
all.
a legit old school
Now I want to
theater,
go.
and
I
like
totally
it has
wanna go.
like
Do they have hot
different-
dogs?
and donuts. Actually.
Didn't you hear? It's all hot dogs.
And
Pay
donuts.
attention.
They're
No
hot-
buns.
Right.
No buns.
No buns. There are hot dogs and donuts though. Actually,
Well, he seemed to find buns
there's a
there.
concession. Yeah.
Oh, well, different. I meant different. Front bun. No front bun.
No front buns.
No, legit. There's free donuts and hot dogs.
Wait, free donuts and hot dogs? This is definitely
Oh,
for guys
We're,
because they're like these
we're
bitches can't eat
going,
carbs.
and I'm just gonna fucking stick a hot dog in a donut, and
like
that's gonna be my
we just like do
boomerang.
it over our heads in the air and just
That's
get
my
all the guys
boomerang.
like hot and bothered, like ha ha ha. It's like I am not consenting, but ha ha ha.
I
Like-
I really want to do this now.
Yes. So this is really a real theater in Queens that I've been to.
So
and
now you're in the theater,
yes.
and now, I guess my question is like, do all of these guys think that they're gay or straight, or how does this work when you're
There's
gonna?
Nobody cares. They're there
They,
to get
they're
hard.
just like they're just they've got a.
They're
fucking
all
boner?
married gay guys. All just they're all
Oh.
guys. It's a bunch of guys, and they're sucking each other up in the bathroom, and like
and they're
right
just
there
getting
in the
bro
theater.
jobs.
Yeah, just getting bro jobs, and like there's also little private rooms that you can just like walk into.
Oh, so this is more like
Ah.
a sex club that plays films.
But it used to be an old theater, so
That's
it
such a
literally
perfect beard.
is
Yeah.
set up. It looks when you walk up to it. There's a marquee. You walk up to it.
Wait, do
just
they
like a
have like
theater.
Ass
Very
Burglars
clean.
3 on the marquee?
No, they have legit movies. You don't know until like you walk in and you're like,
so you this is a place you just kind of hear about.
yes.
So like I
Wait,
could
so
think
how
that
do
I'm gonna
people,
go
like, how
see
do
Mission
families not-
Impossible.
Accidentally.
Yeah. Like what if I think I'm gonna go see like Hocus Pocus 4?
I feel like it's in Queens and everybody just knows that
It's
that's
the pocus.
Right. That's the other theater. They
Trick
all
or
kinda know.
treat.
This is like,
Why
right.
is there a giant dick on the screen?
I can't tell you how badly I
I
wanna
mean, I
go.
feel like I don't know.
cannot tell. Like I literally want to leave here and go.
But I feel like it's guys only. I feel like if I were to take you ladies, like they would be like, oh no, they can't come in. Like I've had that happen to me before.
I
That's
feel like I'd be
fine.
like Instagramming like live the whole time, like
Yeah, that would probably not go over well.
No,
It's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
I
then
saw
it's-
your boyfriend. Like,
Definitely. No, it's husbands walking out, taxi drivers.
oh
shit.
shit!
Thank you for telling us.
Yeah.
It's like a speakeasy for cum.
Yeah, it is.
It's a come easy.
And
Touche. For the win. For the win.
That was great.
So now you said that you were getting head there, or you were
Oh.
giving head there.
I've
Both.
both. More.
So like, how does that work? Like, some guy just sits next to you and like, hey, you want to suck my dick?
No, you just take the person's head. Haven't you? No, I'm just kidding. That's what they do to us. That's what straight men do to us.
Yeah.
They just take your head and put
I
it
just
down.
like, I was more of like, I'm gonna go to the private room. I'm not just gonna get head right here in the middle of the theater. Even though I definitely had that happen like once or twice. But still, it's
Because you didn't want to get peeweed.
yeah, right. I mean, right, exactly, right. Because I'm not like that was another thing I wanted to talk about. Because like,
What?
I fucked a guy in the park earlier this week.
And
What part?
and what's your point, you fucking braggart?
Right.
I get
It's like,
so
I'm getting so much
much
dick.
sex.
I'm swimming in dick.
Enjoy
Another-
not
Hashtag Ronnie
masturbating, Mo.
Another guy walked up and then was watching us.
Wait, who is us?
Me and the guy. I was fucking this guy, and I was
Okay.
in the park fucking this guy.
But was
right?
it one of those areas of the park? Because like
It
when
was
I
kind
lived
of-
in Budapest, they
was
had like a
cruisy.
park, and they knew, and there was a little walkway, and you'd see like these like Kleenexes thrown away. All right, you know.
Yes.
So anyhow, was
It's
it
called
that
It was
cruisy?
It was a cruisy park, right? But then another guy walked up and like he was like watching us. He started smoking a blunt and like watching us. But I got soft. I got performance anxiety
What's up with you? Why are you?
because I was just like,
anxiety?
I wasn't expecting an audience.
I'm
so
sure
all
you
of a
have
sudden-
good day.
I do, but like I was just like, oh shit, I
Well,
can't.
Wait, you were getting your dick sucked?
I know I was fucking.
Oh, you were fuck. Oh,
Pop, pop, pop.
because I was gonna say make that bitch work for it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
But then I was
different.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's like the
When
guy
you're
like
in it, and then all of a sudden you get soft, and like the guy's just like smoking a blunt, watching us like from afar.
Well, but here's the thing, because I know so much about this. But you have to assume to some extent that if you're in a public place, part of what it's going to attract are voyeurs.
right.
So
I don't
stop
know.
fucking in parks. Just kidding. Don't.
I
Go
mean,
ahead. Do your do
you do you.
That's
You
actually
do
not
you.
my norm, and I was like, stepping outside of my comfort zone
Yeah,
a little bit,
there you
like,
go.
and I realized
Is
I don't really like
it?
sucking them.
but I'm not a big public person.
Right. I'm not.
I just throw so much shade
Yeah.
with two syllables.
Is that your norm? What is your norm?
Uh-huh. Tell me again.
Norm.
about- yeah.
Norm is his norm. I like this guy. He's a Hasidic Jew named Norman.
Hasidic Jew. That was crazy.
Wait, are you done with him? No
I-
mas?
Yo, I think he just did because this is what they do. Ladies, pay attention. They upload Grinder. They'll put a profile on there. Meet a motherfucker like me that will fuck you in the butt, and then delete that shit. He's
But he'll be
Gone.
back.
He ghosted.
He'll be back.
straight ghosted.
He'll be
Or
back.
did he delete
Well, what he has
it,
to
or did
do-
he just block you?
No. I'm pretty sure he probably deleted it.
Yeah.
But if he blocked you, would you still be able to see him?
If he blocks me, no. But what happens is if they delete it, and then he'll just go back to the same area where he met me at and see if I'm like, online, then
He'll come back up again.
and he'll come back up again, and then I'll click on his picture and his profile, and then I'll see that there's no messages. It was like we never met before.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Yeah,
he'll be back.
Would you even remember?
the Hasidic Jew.
I mean,
that was kind of memorable.
when you fuck one rabbit and the fuck next doesn't matter. It's
Right. No, that was my first Robbie. So
I just picture you fucking an ass that looks like you have fucking earmuffs on your dick.
No.
You're welcome.
It's like a hobbit booty. Like, you know how like the hobbits have the hair on the top of their feet? It's just like hair on the like that's so nasty. I don't like I'm totally so for me like the gay sex thing is not gross at all. Body hair is disgusting. It's like I hate body hair.
See, and I'm
But
such
see,
a
if you love
I'm such a
men,
man, right? I love men, and I'm a man, and I love
manly.
manly men. A nice
That's a
hairy
Magnum
man.
PIS right
Fuck
there.
yeah, fuck yeah. Give me like some hairy ass.
I like men, but I like men that want to be attractive to me, which means that they can't be having all this back hair and ass hair and all this shit.
Well, you shouldn't even really worry about ass hair, because like what?
I
that
gotta
like?
hold on to something. How else are you gonna guide them? They don't know where they're going.
Oh, so you put your hands on his ass? Do you like
It's
go
like-
like this? If he has a hairy ass, you still hold on to it, or you go, oh no, I'm
You
not
hold
touching
on
it.
to the hair.
All right, I am not fucking anybody with a hairy ass. What am I holding on to?
Oh, hairy ass is the best. Fuck.
Ugh.
It's like having a cat in bed.
It's like they're getting all I can imagine
It's like
is
a
they've
bull.
got like all the poo stuck in all of this.
Oh, you're talking
hair.
about ass crack.
Oh, that's a whole nother situation, right?
Oh, let's talk about that. Shall we talk about that? Do you want
Ass
to talk
crack?
about that? Do you want to
Yeah,
talk about
they got, like-
dingleberries you've experienced?
Yeah, like dingleberries all caught up in this ass here.
Would
If
you
anybody,
lick a hairy ass?
ugh. I'm just thinking of
All right, never mind.
dingleberry
Don't
ass
answer
that
that
you're
because I
trying
know
to
the
lick.
answer. You're like, I wouldn't not.
I mean, I gotta.
I wouldn't say I hadn't.
I'm just
Before
thought
I
of like,
lick an ass, I always look at the ass. I gotta like really look at it, examine it, make sure it's ready for licking. Cause like
but if it's
I
not
know.
ready
that's a
for
whole nother thing.
Yeah.
So, like, what if you're going in and the plan is that you're going to lick this ass? Then all of a sudden you're spreading cheeks and you find all these dingleberries hanging like fucking
Or
Christmas
toilet paper.
ornaments off of this ass here.
Then I go right back to the dick. Slide right back onto that. Oh, okay.
But
Not
straight men
over.
do that with women too. They
Yeah.
do that before they go
Look-
down
look
on
now.
us.
Open it up. Look
Little
at
sniff
it. And if
test.
it's looking like, oh no.
You finger the girl first. You bring your finger up by you while you're kissing her to make sure it doesn't stink too bad, and then you decide.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. You have to make sure it's ready. Because if it's not
I
ready,
love that face.
you're like, oh no. Oh no.
Lord, no.
Oh.
I'm still in my head
We are
thinking about.
disgusting creatures at the end of the day, all of us.
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
about
I
fucking dingleberries
I mean,
hanging
we're
like Christmas
disgusting.
ornaments off of ass here, and it's got my stomach.
I
just-
mean, because
I
but
ask
then
you a
at that
question?
point, it's kind of like you knew you was coming over here. You
Well,
prep
I was
at
gonna.
all.
Okay, that's what I was
That's
gonna
like-
ask you. Like,
yes.
is there prep? Like, is that protocol generally speaking? Because I will tell
Abso-fucking-lutely.
you, I have a lot of straight guy friends who are just like, what the fuck, ladies? And I'm like, listen, I'm the bitch who brushes her teeth and flosses like 3 times before I go to the dentist. So I'm not going to let you go down on me if I'm like, I worked out. You know, like, I'm not that bitch. But I know people
Okay.
do.
Well, because that's the whole thing.
But
Especially
so what's
like,
up with butts?
in gay culture is that like a lot of guys, they don't necessarily know that. Like they
Know
they
what?
know that like they need to clean that to a certain like extent.
Well, because it seems like you guys are just having sex willy nilly, but then how are you prepared? I'm asking,
yeah,
like,
because like otherwise
to
you're gonna
know.
have to be like sex ready like 24/7.
Are you
and
sex
that shit
ready?
is a job.
I
If I'm
know.
bottoming, it takes me. That's at least 15
do an enema?
minutes.
Do you go
Yeah.
that far? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing like shitting on somebody by accident. That's horrible. How'd it happen, guy?
I mean,
I
you
I
know.
feel bad if I accidentally like fart. Like I can't imagine.
Imagine
if I
have
was,
a full on
like,
shit with
shit
somebody.
on somebody
While you're
Oh,
having some
God.
good sex, he's in there, he's beating it up. Da-da-da. All of a sudden, like I was saying, we was talking. You gotta once you get it in there, you gotta keep it in there because once he pulls out, and all of a sudden it just
I have a trick for that.
shit on the bed. Shit, it's not good. Shit on the sheet. Shit on the stick.
You
shit
can't
on
let
you.
somebody just fucking pull out like that.
No.
That's gonna be a Jackson Pollock.
Oh God, it's horrible. and then it just
Am
creates
I
a whole
right?
nother
See.
But like, hopefully the guy is like in tune, is like cool with the situation.
Well, I mean, you got to know what you're getting into, literally
Hello.
and figuratively.
I mean,
Clearly.
especially when you're going where the poop is. Like,
But-
that is
You gotta expect that there could be poop.
poop. I mean, yeah.
I would just eat Jolly Ranchers all day and give myself an enema.
Yeah. No. Well, because no, I got a system.
Just
you
a lot of
gotta-
Coke, Jolly
'cause
Ranchers,
it's not
and
just
enemas.
it's not just one enema. It's like 4.
It's like gay men and porn actresses.
That's
That's
the whole
really
thing.
the diet.
Yeah. Oh God, it's horrible.
I don't know.
I feel like I brought this down. How did
Yeah,
I bring this down? How did I fucking bring this down
no,
with
you're
Jolly
awesome.
Ranchers?
No. Damn. I'm
Because
sorry.
Gummy
are-
bears. If you
I
like
Sorry,
gummy
you just made me
bears.
realize
I
how many
was-
enemas I do a week. Like,
I was just thinking about like the last time I ate a Jolly Rancher was as a child, and God, I didn't think I was eating the food of the ass. Like fuck, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying, like, if you want to keep your digestive tract clean, you know, it's a lot of sugar, so you won't feel hungry, but you're not really digesting a lot.
cause see, that's the part that I don't think
See?
about. Is like I'll have halal in the middle of the night, and then like wake up the next day, do a couple enemas, think like I'm ready, and then like all of a sudden,
That gurgle.
you're like, damn.
See, I've thought about gay
thought I
sex
had
more.
Wait, I thought I got it all. I'm sorry. I tried.
That's when you gotta
I
fuck a Middle
tried.
Eastern guy. He's like, oh, in my country, that is a compliment.
Oh God.
It's like, you know, the dick is
It was
good
really
when it's
horrible
shitty.
because it happened to me this week. That was crazy. But it's shitty. Oh.
I feel like there's different kinds of shitty. There's like the shitty where it's like you fucking didn't even think about this. Like you're not
she
a
is
good
so right.
Like you're
because
being rude.
Right, where it's like all where
But
it's,
sometimes
where
it's just
real
nature.
shit. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
just like
Like right
liquid.
there, like on
like
the
a
fucking
little, like
rim.
a little liquid shit.
Like you didn't even fucking wipe yourself properly.
Right, no, as soon as I come in, there's a shit coming out. Like, oh, no, that's a whole nother thing. Like, you didn't even try. But, like, you know when a person tries.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
How do you keep? This is a serious question. It's a concern. I sound like I have anal all the fucking time. Meanwhile, I'm the only one who didn't get laid. How do you keep from getting a prolapse?
What is a prolapse?
A prolapsed anus? It's like a busted butt. You haven't seen that? A rosebud? Why do I know?
It's almost like it's like kind of like a hemorrhoid.
It's when it's basically when your colon starts coming out.
Oh, I've
See, he
seen
knows.
these.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm being serious though. I'm not trying to be an asshole about this. No pun intended. Like because if you're getting all the time, like
I feel like you have to have
a lot of lube.
lots of lube. Lube
Okay.
is really important, and there's certain ways that you're getting fucked. People get fisted more often than not. Like that's like a thing.
Fisting?
Fisting.
Ugh.
Wait, and are you saying that's better than dick?
No,
I'm just
I
saying.
think
it's
he's
like,
saying like
that's how
if
the
you're getting the
prolapse
prolapse, it's
anus-
from
That's where it comes from. It
Getting
doesn't necessarily
fisted.
come from like a penis because penises are
like
for
around the
most
size
part,
of a poo.
around the size of a poo. So they go in pretty evenly as long as like you keep it lubed up. Now, if you're just not lubing it and somebody just sticks it in you hard, raw, like without like any lube, then it can rip that up.
Okay.
But for the most part, prolapsed
Lube.
anuses come from like fisting and putting other things up there that are not.
The size of a poo.
Yeah.
All right. I've always
Yeah,
wanted
no, because I've definitely looked at some buttholes and been like, what the fuck is that?
I have definitely had
Are
poos
you a
that are bigger than a
baboon?
dick.
I've definitely had some bad. Whoa.
Wait, you've had what?
I've definitely had poos that are bigger than a dick.
Well, that doesn't say a lot about the dicks.
We're
There
talking
are men
about-
where you're like, oh, you'll be perfect for anal.
Nobody's
about-
perfect for anal. I'm just
With-
saying, I get a nice little round the bowl action happening like an ice cream cone.
But see, that's the same. But it's still the width of the dick, but it still goes
Yeah,
around like your intestines. It's like the width of the
Yeah.
dick.
yeah.
But like,
I don't know. There are some Dominicans out there Anyhow, you see,
This is true though, right? I mean, well, possibly if you take like super huge dick, I mean, I don't know. I've taken some pretty big Jamaican dicks though. I don't, so.
Parappa.
Boop.
And money.
It was like jerk chicken.
It
Ah,
was that black chicken all the way through.
That curry gold.
See, I feel like I've learned so
oxtail,
much.
whose tail?
You gotta fucking check out that black chicken. Is that a thing? Is that like blood orange and black chicken?
I don't know.
I'm
making
a
That's the
meal.
first time I
I'm
heard
making
of
a
that.
meal.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
He's eating an Indonesian black chicken. They're Blasians.
Malaysian.
Those chickens is Blasian. So we should probably start wrapping it up. But before we
You
go,
always wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you always wrap it up. All right, go
Yeah,
on.
Friday.
sure.
All right, sure.
um,
Don't make me turn into your big sister right now.
everybody can catch me on Big Talking Brewskis every
Change
Friday.
the topic. Like I don't see you. Come on.
Every Friday, 6 8 p.m. with Marissa Smith. You can catch me on Instagram, Rodney Downs, Facebook, Rodney Downs.
Movida.
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
So you can catch me on Insta and Twitter at Mokavida, MOKAVIDA. What's up? And I do want to plug our show together,
Yes.
Marissa. October 19th, we are doing a show at the Slope Lounge in Brooklyn. What's up?
Brooklyn in the house.
Yes.
And proceeds actually benefit TechCore too, I believe. And they help underprivileged kids get their coding abilities and helping them out. Our last show put 2, I think maybe 3 kids through the program.
Nice.
This lineup is fire. Marissa is part of that fire. So I'm super excited. So come out Friday, October 19th, 8 p.m., the Slope Lounge.
I'm also, as Mo said, I'm going to be at the Slope Lounge. Come out. It's comedy for a good cause. We need all of the coders we possibly can. And a way to give these kids a hand up is to get them in the tech industry, because that's where all the jobs will be once, Skynet takes over. You can follow me on Twitter at Marissa Smith. Follow this show on Twitter at Big Talkin' Brew. Also, check out my other podcast, Blamestorming. You can find both of us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Podbean, wherever you want to listen to your podcasts. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.
Love each other.
Love each other. And fuck the GOP. Have a good night. Bye-bye.